there are only two things that I need suspended. Every guitar chord and the driver's license of whoever it is that is parking next to me in my assigned parking spot right now. A menace to society, indeed. So today we're talking about suspended chords and how to actually use them. I'm going to be making a song with suspended chords and only suspended chords. But first, let's talk about what a suspended chord is. A suspended chord isn't major, it isn't minor, it's suspended. So, for example, we're going to do something in the key of C, but I want my chord progression to look like this. We're going to have this chord, followed by this chord, here, and here. So it's the same shape, just based off of different root notes. So I'm starting off with a D, it's fifth, D, A, and then E, okay? So a D major chord would have a D, F sharp, A. A D minor chord would have a D, an F, and an A. But a D, an E, and an A is suspended, okay? It takes that middle note, the third, whether it's a major third or minor third, and it just moves it to the second note, or sometimes the fourth note. That's why there's suspended 2 chords, suspended 4 chords. But this isn't a major chord, it isn't a minor chord. Now, I told you we're doing this in the key of C where D is the 2 chord. Generally, it should be minor, but we're keeping some of that mystery there, even though in my mind, this is replacing a D minor chord with a D suspended chord. And then I'm gonna go to the 6th chord in the key of C, which is A, right here. 5, 7, 9. Now what is the 2? What is A sus 2? It's an A, an E, power chord. Remember, A major has C sharp, A minor has C. A sus 2 has a B, A, E, B. Then we're gonna go to an F, 8th fret, 8, 10, 12, and a C, 8, 10, 12, okay? Now, we're gonna get into logic and I'm gonna just live try to turn that into a chord progression. So I've been working with my friend Lilu. She's an incredible singer based out of New York. Luckily, we get to see each other a good amount of time, but if you want to work remote, what she'll do is she'll send me like a splice loop or something, and then I'm just gonna kind of like write off of that. So we're gonna go to the most recent set of loops that she sent me. We've got four drum loops, as it were, right? So let's try this one. Hate it. All right, I like that one. We're gonna do that. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna drag it into Logic. I'm gonna convert the file to 48. And then what tempo did it say? Usually in the splice title will tell you the tempo. 81 beats a minute, C sharp minor. I'm not worried about the actual 81 beats per minute. Kobe, let's go. So now when I change the project to 81, I should be able to loop this, and then I can play over it. By the way, I'm playing with this Enya inspired guitar. Today's video is sponsored by Enya. This guitar is awesome, has a built-in speaker. I'm not using it. I'm using it just as a regular guitar direct in today because I want to go directly into Logic. We'll be talking more about this guitar as it goes on. So I can loop this. Let's kind of even this out. I like it. So that'll be the vibe. I think it sounds pretty cool. Now if I want to extend the parts, I can just click in the upper right hand corner of this track and then drag it right. And since it is a perfect loop, I can just extend it to whenever. And then now I can track the guitar. Again, there's not really any effects on it right now. It's pretty much just clean. I'm going into the core head rush. No reverb or distortion or anything on it. We'll add that later. Let's try it. All right, cool. So I kind of liked that last one. So let's just take the last one and try to loop it around and see what we got. Cool, so I think that sounds pretty good to write to. So let's just take that as our first little thing. We can also practice just kind of jamming over it. I don't know, let me make this sound a little better first. So we got this. Add a compressor. Add an Arturia. I usually like the Arturia plate reverb. You can make that to kind of just double the track. So if I just kind of want to jam with it. Gosh, how good is this Enya inspired? Guys, I love it. This is so inexpensive too. I'll have it link in the description, but I love how this guitar feels and plays for the price. Can't be beat. Now that I know that it is loop ready and we can just kind of solo and shred over this, I want to build out more of a track to have Lilu have something easier to sing on. So I'm going to use a MIDI keyboard to maybe do the next part to kind of fill out some atmospheric and some bass stuff. Let's maybe look for a bass thing first. So let's go to make a new software instrument. So last video I did like this. I used the Arturia lo-fi stuff for some bass. So let's see what we got in this one. Oh, I like that. It's great. Perfect. We don't need anything more than just low end in the bass. So let's try to track that. Cool, sounds good. I'll go back and maybe kind of quantize that and tighten it up later. Let's add something on top of everything. Let's do something pad-wise to kind of give it some atmosphere. Oh, this is cool. All right, this is lo-fi. What I'm gonna do on the keyboard here is I'm gonna take the thing that was the root note of the chord and the note that we're suspending. So in D's case, it's gonna be a D and an E. And then in A's case, it'll be an A and a B. C and D, F and G. I think that could sound kind of cool. Keep that suspended vibe going. cool is that? Oh my gosh, I love the vibe of that. Now, let's bring the Enya Inspire back. Let's do it on a different pickup. I kind of like position 4 the best. Here's 1. 2. Middle. 4. We'll go middle for this one. This is so smooth, guys. How good does that sound? Let's, again, none of this has been quantized yet. We're just vibing. I feel like more than a solo, this needs another part for guitar. So what do we have? Let's go C, B flat, F major. This is something I do all the time in my own writing, is I will go from the 1 mode to the 4 mode. So if you follow my Patreon, you know that in the key of C, when C is 1, C, D, E, F, F is the 4. So let's all of a sudden switch it up in the next part to act like we are in the key of F, which 5, 4, 1. So C major, B flat, F major 7. That's when we go back. So we'll make the switch. Super simple, but obviously now we've got to do the thing where we add the other instruments too. I'm just gonna copy and paste the first part into where that part ends, which should be on the 22nd measure. Oh, I love it. Lilu's gonna love this. So now we'll add the bass. I could punch in. What I like to do with Logic is probably not how everybody should be using Logic. I just make extra tracks. Luckily, I have this CPU where I can do this kind of easily. So I want to go back down to my bass setting, and then we're just going to add that C, B flat, F, C, B flat, F. Couldn't be easier. Let's hit it. Back to it. What do you think? Should we add the high part as well? The nice thing about this is now I can just take this track and then just move it up. Now it's just one bass track, and then do the I guess I'll do the other part too. Why not? Why not? Then we'll do that. We'll take what we got and then we'll send it off to Lilu and see what she can do. What do I want to play here for these chords? We have C. I think for this one, I'll just do thirds to make it a little more. C and E, B flat and D, and then F and E to make it a major 7. That'll be the vibe for the little chorus thing I got here. go. Now we have a track that is built completely around suspended chords. So I'm gonna send this over to Lilu, and then we'll come back and see what she did over it. All right, so Lilu has gotten back to us with some vocals. So I'm gonna drop them into the project. Now, one thing she did, she actually changed the key. The cool thing is we both use Logic, so there's a very easy way to flex pitch, audio, and MIDI. So I'm gonna show you that real quick first. Basically, this is the verse guitar that we recorded earlier. And then if you click this button right here, it turns on flex pitch, and I've got it set to polyphonic auto. So with flex pitch on, you can actually transpose it right here in the audio region settings right here. So she wanted to do it a step up. All I had to do was turn on flex pitch and then go to 2. So if I just listen to this by itself, that's gonna be the same as essentially, I guess what it'd be playing instead of D sus2 to A sus2, it would be E sus2 to B sus2, right? So again, you can actually do this. We can do it just for an example. I can double click this and put 10, and this would be essentially. And honestly, like, it doesn't really have a lot of artifacts, which is kind of amazing. So, I mean, that sounds pretty much the same as... So, I'm going to actually change it because even if there are artifacts in it, I think it still sounds kind of cool, right? So, all I had to do is go through all the audio tracks and then transpose them a step higher. Same with MIDI. You can do the same thing a step higher, or you can just drag and drop the MIDI together. You've got the vocals now, and it sounds like this.
I'm starting to think you made me insane.
So as you can tell, here's just the waveform of the lead vocal. So all I have on here right now, I'm not really mixing it per se, but she has such a great soft voice that can get pretty dynamic that I stack compressors on it. I would prefer to do compression in at least 2 stages, especially in a vocal this dynamic. You can just tell by like the size of the waveform, like this part. Versus the volume of the vocal in this part.
It's all the same, you're in your head.
So it kind of just really evens that out. You could also just do vocal riding and automate it, but for this stage of what we're doing, just compressors into the Arturia Rev Intensity Reverb plugin. The next thing I just want to show you, the last thing I want to show you for here is, if you've seen any guitar channel, you know that we all love these pedals like the Infinite Jets, Microcosm, the Chase Bliss Mood stuff. There is a plugin that kind of does all that stuff by itself. It's called E Fragments from Arturia, and it's like so good. EFX Fragments, okay? Basically, if you listen to the first verse, you know, you have the suspended chords. The second verse around, I took the main thing out. And it's so good. This plugin is like the best, because you can just put anything into it and it'll have this like cool glitching type deal. Like for example, you can mess around with that for hours, but it does give you like really cool, unique sounds that are kind of hard to just conceptualize and get any other way. So that's what we got. Thank you to Enya for sponsoring the video with this incredible Inspire guitar. Big fan of this. Plays great. Tuning is fantastical. Fantastical, that's the actual word. It's also got the built-in speaker, which is something that I've used in like a lot of other videos and stuff. Let me know what you think of the song so far, and maybe what I should add to it or what I should take away. If you want me to maybe just do another video on actually finishing it and mixing it, if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. So, like I said, grab yourself an indie guitar, affiliate link in the description, and I will talk to you soon.